Charge! Where is everybody this morning? Okay. Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Pumpkin Month. Come onto your hands and knees, please. Walk your hands pretty far forward of your shoulders and your knees pretty far behind your hips. Good. All right. So we're going to rock forward and drop the hips down. Let the arms stay straight. Yep. And then we're going to move back and drop the hips up above the knees. Okay, so your knees and hips should be about in line with each other. Yeah. Good. All right, so now palms are flat on your mat. Curl your toes under. Curl your toes under. On your next inhale, rock forward, drop the hips. Elbows can bend a little bit. Keep the toes curled under. Strong legs, the knees lift off the mat. Knees, yeah, hips down, knees up. There you go, good. All right, breathe in here. And then the knees drop down as you exhale. Hips go above the knees. Chest drops towards the floor. All right, so we're getting a nice stretch through the body. Breathe in, come forward, elbows bend, strong thighs, knees lift away from your mat. And on your exhale, move your hips back above the knees, chest drops towards the floor. Okay, it's not easy. Breathe in, move forward, elbows bend, knees lift, knees up. There it is. And then exhale, knees drop down, press yourself back. Just one more like that. Inhale, come forward, elbows bend, chest stays up, knees lift. That's it. And then exhale, press it back. All right, now walk your knees up, walk your hands back. Back in, hands and knees. Good. Inhale, curl your toes under, arch your back, gaze slightly forward and up. And exhale, take the tops of your feet to the mat, round your spine. Okay, do two more like that. Inhale, arch the back, gaze slightly forward and up. And exhale, tops of your feet to the mat, round your spine. Okay, now a little more strengthening, a little more challenge. Curl your toes under, lift your hips, and press to downward facing dog. Okay, now shorten your dog. So walk your feet just one of your feet lengths forward. So if you're size 7, walk your feet a size 7 forward. Okay, now on your next inhale, look forward between your hands. As you exhale, bring your shoulders slightly behind the wrists. Bend the elbows down like you're going to try to come into a down dog push-up and press the floor away. Back to that shortened down dog. Okay, so the breath in, you move the shoulders just behind the wrist. Bend the elbows out to the sides like you're trying to do a down dog push-up, and then press it back into that short down dog. All right, so there's the inhale forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale, press away. Exhale, stay in the down dog. Inhale forward. Exhale, bend. Try to go a little lower. Inhale, press away. And exhale into the short down dog. Inhale, leaning forward. Exhale, bend the elbows. Try to get a little lower. Inhale, push away. And exhale, shorten down dog. One more time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, bend. Try to get a little lower. You got it. And press away and back. Nicely done. Nicely done. Now, lengthen your down dog so it's the right stance. So step that foot size, that shoe size back. Okay, and on your next inhale, come forward to plank pose. And as you exhale, lower all the way down to your mat. Take your arms out to your sides so they're right at the same height as your shoulders. Take your right hand next to your chest. Your right hand next to your chest. And then roll over towards the left side. So you're opening across the front of your shoulder. Keep your head lifted off your mat so it stays in line with your spine. So you don't get that lateral flexion at the cervical spine at your neck. Okay. Your legs are stacked like logs. Feet are flexed gently at the ankles. Your right hand's holding you away from the floor, and you're getting a stretch through the left shoulder and pectoral muscles. And you can maybe inchworm that left hand up towards the head end of your mat. You'll get a little more stretch. And then you're going to go right to the other side. So come onto your stomach, extend your right arm out towards the side, take your left hand next to your chest, and then roll onto your right side. Good job. Legs are stacked, feet are gently flexed as your ankles, and your head is lifted away from your mat so it's in line with your spine. So you don't want to have it hanging down here towards the floor. Good job. And you're breathing, and then you might inchworm that right hand up a little bit higher. You'll change the sensation in the shoulder and your pectoral muscles. Good. Breathe in here. And on your exhale, go ahead and release back down to the floor. Now take both hands to chest height. Curl your toes under. Breathe in, press up to plank pose. And exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Strong arms, strong chest. And then our little reopening. Next inhale, look forward between your hands. And as you exhale, take those foot size steps forward toward your hands. Maybe lifting the hands away from the mat once you meet them with your feet. Inhale, lift halfway up. And as you exhale, fold back over your legs. Next inhale, create a long spine again. Reach your arms forward and up. And as you exhale, take your palms together and bring them to rest in front of the center of your chest. Good job. Now, on your next inhale, lift your arms back up to frame your head. And as you exhale, sit back into Utkatasana, fierce pose. If you tuned into the Soul Collective last night for my little shortened evening class, you will know that there'll be a lot of these coming up in my classes because we're getting ready for ski season. Even if you live in the South, you could get ready for ski season. Breathe in here and exhale, fold over your legs. Good. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step your right foot back. Good. Lower your right knee down to the mat. Keep your right hand on the floor just inside of the left foot. And on your inhale, lift your left arm into the air, taking a twist. Stay as you exhale. Okay, breathe in here and out. Look up towards that left thumb. Inhale. And exhale, take your left hand back to the floor. Next inhale, step back to plank pose. Exhale, let's lower halfway down to chaturanga. You can take your knees down if you're level 1. Point the toes, inhale, lift into upward facing dog. And exhale, take your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Next inhale, lift your right foot into the air. As you exhale, step it up between your hands. Help it if you need to get that ankle beneath your knee. Good. Keep the left knee lifted on the back. Lift your palm, your left palm off your mat, so you're tenting the palm. And on your inhale, lift your right arm up into the air. Good. Breathe in here and breathe out. Stay here for 2 more breaths. Each time you exhale, squeeze your navel around towards the right. Keep that right knee drawing forward over your ankle. Good. Breathe in. And next exhale, take that right hand down to the floor. Inhale, step your left foot up to meet the right. Lift halfway up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up and sit back. Utkatasana, fierce pose. And exhale, stand and lower your arms, Tadasana, mountain pose. Breathe in, lift your arms up and sit back, Utkatasana. And exhale, sit, fold forward, Tadasana. Sorry, Uttanasana. Breathe in here and breathe out. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, this time step your left foot back and lower your left knee down to your mat. Good. Keep your left hand on the inside of that right foot. Breathe and lift your right arm into the air. Stay as you exhale. Look up towards that right hand. Breathe in and out. One more inhale. And exhale, lower your right hand to the floor. Breathe in. Let's come to plank pose. Exhale, with or without your knees to Chaturanga. Breathe in, lift into upward facing dog. Press into the tops of your feet. Thighs are away from the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Stay with your breath. Good. Inhale your left foot into the air. And exhale, step it up between your hands. Help it if you need to. Good. Keep that right hand on the mat, tent the palm, and lift your left arm into the air. Good. Keep that left knee. So if it goes behind the ankle, move it forward so it's stacked over the ankle. And keep that right thigh, don't let it be limpy back there. Keep it strong and lifted. Stay with your breath. And each time you're exhaling, you squeeze your navel around to the left. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more breath in here. And exhale, lower your left hand to the floor. Good. Breathe in here. And exhale, step your right foot up to meet the left. Fold over your legs. Inhale, lift up, sit back. Utkatasana, fierce pose. And exhale, stand and lower your arms. Tadasana, mountain pose. Ta-da. Good. Take your hands to your hips. Nicely done. And step your feet about 3 or 4 inches away from each other. Okay. And then take a nice, keep your feet in this track, right? As you step your right foot back. Okay. So keep the feet in this track. Step the right foot back. Your right heel will lower down towards the midline of your mat. Okay. Big toe mound in the front presses down into the mat. Please don't lock this front knee. Okay. Lift your right arm alongside your ear. Good. Breathe in here. And as you exhale, you're going to twist a little bit towards the left and sweep that arm down and towards the outside of your left foot. Okay, that's the movement. Now, on your inhale, stand back up, sweeping the arm towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, reach forward, over, and down. Inhale, sweep it up. And exhale, reach it forward, over, and down. So you're trying to make it to the outside of that front foot. In this case, if you're following along, it's your left. Your right hand's down. Good. And then maybe you lift the left arm into the air and breathe. Try to move the navel around to the left and stay as you exhale. You're in revolved triangle. Okay, if this isn't accessible here, you can keep the right hand to the inside of the left foot. And that might feel a little more stable. Okay. Next time you inhale, slowly come up, hands to the hips. And as you exhale, step the right foot up to meet the left. Okay. The key here is that the feet stay in that little hip distance apart when you step this time the left foot back if you're following along. Right? It creates a little more stability. Keep the right foot, big toe mound, pressing into your mat. Suppleness in that front knee, not locking. Lift your left arm alongside your ear. Breathe in here. And as you exhale, you reach across and over, down to the outside of the right foot. Good. And now you'll inhale, take it back up. Try not to fall over. Exhale, reach forward, across, and down. Inhale, take it back up. My feet are too close together, right? So I'm doing a tightrope thing, right? Breathe in and exhale. And then the last one here, inhale, lift up. And exhale, reaching across and down. Now your left hand stays to the outside of that foot unless you discovered it was more stable on the inside. Lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. Lengthen the spine, and then exhale, twist your navel around to the right. Stay with your breath. See if you can turn your gaze up towards that right hand. One more breath in here. And out. Good. Next inhale. Press back up. Hands to the hips. And exhale, step the left foot up to meet the right. Whoo, yeah. All right. Pause. Relax your jaw. Your chin lifts a little bit so that the back of the neck stays supple as well. Okay. Breathe in, lift your arms up and sit back. Utkatasana, fierce pose. And exhale, fold over your legs. Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. Inhale here in plank pose. As you exhale, drop your knees down to the mat. Send your seat back to your heels, child's pose. Let your forehead rest on your mat. And breathe. Sometimes when we're doing the physical practice of yoga, oftentimes, we are allowing ourselves to release physical knots in our body. Even though the knots are physical, we can feel, and I mean by they're in the fascia and the muscles and tissues. They can be caused by everything from repetitive stress to emotional stress. So when we release the knots, we release the tensions that created them. You don't need to understand what, how, or why. Just let the tensions go. Good. Slowly come forward, back to hands and knees. And let's come over onto your back. Good. And once you get onto your back, bend your knees and place the soles of your feet on the floor. Hug your knees into your chest briefly. Okay. And we're going to move on the breath here into sort of a wavy bridge. Okay. So now knees are in, you're on your back. And on your inhale, you're going to drop your feet down to the floor. Reach your arms up over your head, above your head, and lift your hips off the mat. That's all the breath in. And then on the breath out, hips are going to drop, knees are going to come in, hands are going to wrap around your shins to squeeze the thighs in as close as you can. Okay, that's your exhale. Your breath in, feet go down, arms lift, hips lift. And on the exhale, hips go down, feet lift, hug the shins in with your hands. All right. And 3 more like that. Inhale, stretching up and lifting the hips, and exhale, lowering down and contracting inward. 2 more. Inhale. Take your time, move on your own breath. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And then for this one, keep the hips up. And as you exhale, lower your arms by your sides. Good. Press into your upper arms. You might even bend your elbows so you can press into the upper arms nicely. And then bring your hands underneath you and interlace the fingers. Getting a little more external rotation through the upper arms and bringing the shoulder blades a little closer together. Now you're in bridge pose. And the inner thighs are drawing towards each other. Hips are lifting. You have a nice contact through the soles of your feet. Front to back, inner and outer edges. And you're pressing into those upper arms. Good. Now breathe in here. Lift your heels, and as you exhale, release your hands, lower your hips and your heels. Give your knees and thighs, shins, one more squeeze in towards your abdomen. Good. Let's take the feet down to your mat. Take them as wide as your mat and roll both knees over towards the right side. Take that right foot and hook it on the outside of your left thigh. Briefly here. And then switch around to the other side. Replace the foot to the mat. Bring your knees over to the left. Take your left foot and hook it to the outside of your right thigh. Okay, and then release that foot. Knees lift. Give yourself one more little squeeze in here. And we'll take that 1 minute Shavasana. So let your arms and your legs spread out onto your mat. Nice and easy. And drop into that little moment of rest. Just allow yourself to really drop into your mat, into your floor. Relax your tongue and jaw. Just feel the stillness in your body. And the release. Any little tensions you might have experienced and then let go of. Just letting go of the issues in your tissues. And then begin to wiggle your toes and fingers. Stretch your arms up overhead. Stretch each side of your body long. And then bring your knees back into your chest. Take your hands to the backs of your thighs. Point the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling. And then rock yourself up to sit. And once you come up to sit, take your right hand into a fist just below the navel above the pubic bone, and your left hand envelops that fist. Press back as you tilt forward, sealing your practice, rooting your energy down. And then sitting back up and enjoying the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. If you would like, we're offering a 2-week free trial over on the Soul Collective. We've moved to a new platform and it's just delightful. Teachers are enjoying it, the students are enjoying it, and we're going to be sending out more emails about that. Have a great day. See you over on the other internet things, and feel free to text or call me if you'd like to be directly in touch. Always love to hear from you. Bye bye.